How you doing, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be having a look at the Ronhill Freedom Ultra. So that's it just there. This is a shoe I've done over 100 kilometers in. Have another look on that side. Hopefully that's zoomed in. There's the upper. And let's have a look at the sole unit. So let's start off the video with a bit of footage from me being out on a run. And I'll give you some feedback whilst I'm out, tell you some stats, then we'll head back into the cave and I'll go over some of the different features that I didn't mention whilst I was out. Today we're out with the Ronhill Freedom Ultra shoes and I'm going to tell you what they've been like over their first 100 kilometers. So let's give you a few facts about the shoe. So they have a stack height of 30mm in the heel, 25mm in the forefoot, which gives them a 5mm drop. So today's path is a bit of a mixture. At the moment I'm just going through some trees on a bit of single track, loads of tree roots, a little bit spongy underfoot, loads of things to trip up over. Yeah, it's a bit like this. They have a Matrix Evo upper, which includes Kevlar fibres, which makes it really strong and durable. And it's pretty stony underfoot. There's no rock plate in these, but the stones aren't annoying the feet. There's enough going on with the midsole to prevent the stones jabbing through. Now the upper on these, the Matrix Evo, it's much better than on the Ronhill Reverend shoes. The Reverend shoes, they also used a Matrix upper, but it was a lot tougher, heavier and firmer, and it almost creased into your foot a little bit. These are much lighter. It's much lighter, it flexes better. I've had no issues with any creases or anything. Still feels super durable, but lighter and more comfortable. Now the fit of the shoe, it's a snug fit for my feet. It just hugs my feet. That's the best description I can think. Especially across the midfoot, it's hugging really nicely across my midfoot. It's got that high collar, which has a almost like gaiter-like high collar. So you have to slip your foot into it. A little tight getting your foot to go in, but when your foot's in, it just grips nicely. It's a little bit loose, I'd say, around the top of the collar. Hasn't really caused me any issues, but if you look at it, here we go, let's have a wee look. You can see, so like there's gaps there. That could be neater. But as I say, it's not really caused me any issues at all. Wide enough in the forefoot. It's not stupidly wide. My foot certainly isn't moving about. It feels snugger than my other shoes I generally use across the midfoot, but it's still giving my foot enough room to let my toes spread out. Right, let's carry on down this trail. It's a lovely trail. This is a nice little, today it's going to be a 7.5k loop. And as the name of the shoe suggests, it's called the Freedom Ultra, so it's for long distance running. For trails, it's definitely what I'd call a firm ride. They're using what they call a supercritical midsole, which is responsive. On trails like this, I'm finding it nice. A little firmer, well, definitely firmer than my other shoes I use, but it's nice to have that change. So to have that in your shoe rotation, not always running in the same type of shoe, having a different style of shoes, I've quite enjoyed it. They do feel cushioned, but certainly not over cushioned. And when you're running on harder packed stuff like tarmac, I'd go as far as to say they're not firm, they're almost hard. So I wouldn't say they're great for long distances on really hard tarmacy stuff. They're certainly not designed for that. I prefer them to be a little softer personally, but I am appreciating the fact that I am using a slightly firmer shoe than I would usually, and I'm enjoying it because I'm just rotating through my shoes. Now the outsole, they're using a Michelin OC1, or was it an OC1 Michelin? I think it's an OC1 Michelin. It's a Michelin outsole, and it has given really good grip in all sorts of conditions. Dry, wet, rocky. I've not slipped on it once. They're using 4mm, oh watch out for the cow pat, 4mm lugs, multi-directional lugs, and as I say, really good. When we get back to the cave, I'll show you the outsole and the lugs and what the wear's been like. I've got to warm up. It's pretty chilly. I know it's supposed to be summer, but it could be warmer. A nice hot coffee. Okay, let's go over some of the other things I didn't mention. So the shoe itself, looking at it straight away, we've got a toe bumper. So that's a substantial toe bumper around here. You've got these knobbly laces. So you see the laces just there? They've got knobbles all over them. I'm sure there's a technical term for it, but it just means when you lace them up and you tie them, they stay tied, which is good. I like the laces. The tongue, it's like a one-piece tongue. I don't know if you can see in here. If I open that up and do that, yeah, I don't know, you can't really tell from there, but basically the tongue goes from about here all the way to down here, and it's a almost like a sock-like fit with the tongue, and it just, that's one of the most noticeable things about this shoe, is it's very comfortable, and a lot of that is coming from the midfoot, the way it's just snugly fitting, and a lot of that does come from the tongue. The tongue itself does have cushioning just along here. So the tongue is cushioned. What else we got? That's the gator-like top, just on the top there. Midsole. Okay, so I did mention on the video whilst I was running, it's a firm ride. It certainly is. When I squeeze into that, push into that, I'm having to push really hard to get any sponginess. It's not a spongy shoe. It doesn't compress. It's not gonna, if I try and press down on that, I'm getting hardly anything. So it's certainly not going to be a big spongy shoe that creases when it's not going to compress over time. 100 kilometers in, it's as medium to firm as it was from day one, which is good in a way, I suppose, because it's not collapsing at all. It's keeping its shape. Yeah, let's put it that way. What else we got? The outsole 4mm multi-directional lugs. Don't know if you can see just there. Grip has been great, really nice grip. Hasn't failed me at all. Might be nice in a way to give them 5mm lugs, just to give them a bit more, I don't know, a bit more multi-use and mixed terrain a little bit more. That's just my personal thought. 4mm has proved to be fine for harder pack stuff. 5mm might make it a bit more versatile. What else have we got on the shoe? Let's have a drink of coffee and think. Thought of something. True to size. So I am a UK 11. They fit absolutely fine as a UK 11. Weight of the shoe. Okay, let's get the scales out. Scales over here. Bit of tissue on the top so I don't get moaned at from the boss if she sees me wearing my dirty shoes on the kitchen scales. So let's pop that on there. 313 grams. So 313 grams for a UK 11, that's €46. Okay, last couple of things. It's got a slight rocker to the shoe, so it helps propel you forward as you're running. What else did we have? Got a couple of notes. Oh, price £150, so the cost £150 to buy. It's going to be a long-lasting shoe. It's premium products they've got on here. It's not shown much signs of wear at all. There's no wear at all on the sole. The midsole hasn't changed, hasn't compressed. The upper is still intact, a little bit grubby. So £150 is probably quite a good price for this because it's going to last you a long time. What else? I'm thinking there's one more thing. What the hell is it? Looks! What do you think of the look? When I first saw them, I wasn't overly sure if I liked it. I've grown to think it's one of my favourite looking shoes, to be honest. It looks good on. It feels nice on. It's great. It's a really good shoe. Just a little firm for me, but that's just me. If I'm on hard, slightly softer hardpack trails, if that makes sense, it's been really good. If I was going to be running an Ultra in it, I think it'd be a little too firm for me. I'd want a bit more forgiveness for my bones. Basically, my body just needs a bit more cushioning. I hope all that helped. Let me know what you think. Pop down some comments. Don't forget, do me a favour, it really does help the channel. Hit that subscribe button, leave a like, share the video, tell your friends. Have a great day.